Welcome to the Penguins Collective Podcast. My name is Louie.
My name is Josh.
We are two brothers who love to talk about hockey.
Especially the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Oh, the Pittsburgh Penguins have finally won. The Pittsburgh Penguins finally get a power play goal. Not only a power play goal, but a shorthanded goal. Who knew Jeff Carter decided to show up off of his retirement home plan? He came back into it. Dad's trip. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get into it. Josh, thoughts? Welcome. What's going on? We're feeling good today here on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, better energy, better everything tonight. Obviously, first thing that just came to my mind in terms of just reviewing the game, too many penalties.
Way too many.
And
too many.
To be honest, both sides. If I'm an Arizona fan, I'm saying the same thing.
Yeah.
But too many penalties. But great to see Gensel, get back on track, not only just with the power play, but with a goal, period. And then Jeff Carter,
Big Jeff Carter.
Big Jeff Carter with a big game today.
Respect the name today. Big Jeff Carter. Go ahead.
And I had a note that Jeff Carter looked faster today than he has in previous games, and then he comes out and he scores that shorthanded goal, and I'm like, well, okay, all right. I just thought he looked quicker. I didn't think he was actually going to do anything with that. Just great all-around effort. I felt like tonight was just 100%. a somewhat full game. That second period was a snooze fest. Dear Lord.
Oh, yeah.
But then, the third, they came out ready to go, firing. I mean, the shots on goal, what I forget what we ended with, but I saw that we hit the 40 mark halfway through the third period.
Yeah, we were throwing the puck on that 100%.
Which I like, and tonight we had more guys in front of the net. That's how Jeff Carter got his second goal.
Net, by the way.
44
shots on net.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, I mean, more guys in front of the net. That's how Jeff Carter got his power play goal.
We've been saying it.
Just, finally looking like the team
we were
from
meant
earlier
to
in
be.
the year.
Yeah, 5 games ago, maybe.
Maybe
some revitalized, a little bit more energetic. But Josh, before we go deeper into it, thank you guys so much for joining us. We never even said the score. The Pittsburgh Penguins take down the Arizona Coyotes 4-2. And thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. I already see so many chats going on right now. Welcome, NES. Welcome, Angry Boot. Welcome, Jackson. Welcome. I see a lot of stuff going on. Can't really keep up, which is I love to see it.
But big shot. But we gotta give credit where credit is due to Jackson. He's been saying it on almost every episode.
Big Jeff Carter revenge tour.
Yeah,
100%. He called it. Not only did he call it, but I did. I'm gonna take credit. Okay, I'm not humbled today. I'll take it. All right. Earlier today, I said I have a good feeling about tonight. All right. I said that the Pittsburgh Penguins are going to win tonight, and we're going to score a power play goal. Not only was I correct twice, we got a shorthanded goal from Big Jeff Carter. Did not have that on my bingo card at all. So
for the entire year, not just tonight.
Especially how our power play was going, but we looked phenomenal tonight. And I felt phenomenal. I was loving. Yes, the second period was an absolute snooze fest, but first period we came out strong. Finally, we have guys playing in front of the net. Not only Jeff Carter in specific times led to a goal, Just saying, we've been screaming that from the mountaintops. Put someone in front of the net. He tipped it in. Goal. That's on the second power play goal. But we had other people. We saw Ludwig pinching down deep, and we saw people switching and getting people in front of the net. Shots were coming in on an all-time high. Like Josh said, we had 44 shots on net tonight. And it wasn't like we were playing a bad team. Arizona was playing well.
Yeah.
And we just outplayed them, which is nice to say, nice to see. Not only that, there's some news outside of the game. Earlier this week, we had a press conference. Kyle Dubas addressed the media and kind of confirmed the only podcast, the Penguins podcast, called it. Every single podcast, I'm not exaggerating, said and predicted that Mike Sullivan would be fired. Okay? Everyone said it. This podcast, the Penguins Collective, TPC, at Pens Collective on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, you name it, we're there. We're the only ones who said, Mike Sullivan, he's the head coach of this team. And what did Kyle Dubas verbatim say to the media? Mike Sullivan is the head coach of this Penguins team. Almost like he watches the Penguins Collective religious.
Yeah, because he did say not only now, but in the future.
So what does that tell you? All right, well, at the end of this year, Mike Sullivan's the head coach. He's got a 3-year contract extension after that. We are going to see a lot of Mike Sullivan. I think he is the head coach. And after he's done head coaching, when he said he had enough, he's going to be the new somewhere hockey operations. I guarantee you, Mike. And then Kyle Dubas is going to be like, dude, I'll take a seat, or he's going to do something else, like in the like higher ups, like whatever. Because I don't
president.
Vice. Josh, I like it, and I guarantee you that's exactly what they talked about. Let's go to the chat. Is anyone talking? Everyone is just
Jackson just put
Jackson. Hey, welcome comment to the chat. He says for sure thought Reardon was going to get fired in that press release. I did too. I thought he was going to say, still hoping he gets let go. Absolutely angry boot. I agree. Definitely in that press release, I thought at first I got nervous because I didn't know that there was going to be a presser on Monday. So when I got the tweet, as everyone did, from the Penguins saying, oh, Kyle Dubas will be addressing the media this time. Here's the link. And I was like, oh no, it's happening. Mike Sullivan is getting let go. I was like getting my Twitter ready. I was about to text Josh and say, all right, here we go. We're hopping on. We got a lot to do. And then as soon as he said, yeah, Mike Sullivan's not going anywhere. Okay. Mike Sullivan is staying in Pittsburgh, and he's the guy. He's the guy I'm looking towards. And he's saying the same thing we were saying. There's a lot of injuries. There's a lot of things that we could still do to maintain this good roster. And what I liked about that presser is that Kyle Dubas put all the pressure on himself. He said, if we're not producing, it's not Mike Sullivan's fault. It's mine. I brought the bottom six in. And if they're not producing, we still have time to change that up. So it's not Mike Sullivan's job that's in question now. It's the bottom six and other guys who aren't producing. Maybe they get dealt, but we're going to press a pause on that because the Penguins delivered today. Go, Josh.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I kind of felt like there was a little bit of a shift today too, because POJ was made available again. And then who does it, before he got hurt, he was kind of in and out of the lineup, benched, started, taken out, all that fun stuff. Well, now he's made available. He's immediately inserted into the lineup for Ryan Shea, who has not looked, his best the last few games. So
Sure.
I don't blame Sullivan for, again, trying something different with the lineup, which is kind of refreshing, and being able to put in POJ and try him out tonight. Obviously, he looked a little shaky, but he's going to need those reps. I think he only played 2 games in Wilkes-Barre, so he was out for like a month. So, yeah, I mean, it's nice. I don't know who put it out there on Twitter after Kyle Dubas's presser, but they said that they were surprised by his patience, because I felt the same way. I was like, oh man,
Yeah.
like he's gonna want to make a ton of moves, but I think he kind of wants to feel out this team when it comes in,
Yeah.
when everyone gets back healthy. So I don't know.
Well, Josh, speaking of moves, we got a hot take alert in the chat.
What?
We got a hot take. Jackson coming in saying POJ and Ludwig is the move. Oh, I thought you wrote is on the move, Jackson.
I think he means like he agrees that like
Is the
POJ and
move.
Ludwig should be the pairing.
Dude, I am so wired right now, Jackson, that I thought you said POJ and Ludwig is on the move. Like they're going to be the ones to go. And I was like, whoa, that's a hot take. But now I realize I done messed up. Gosh darn it, dude. Because I was going to say, Jackson, I love you, but that's a hot take, dude. I don't think Ludwig is going anywhere, especially the way he's playing. And POJ, he literally just got back. It's too early to make him go on the move. That's me. I apologize. I take full responsibility, and that's on me. Okay. So that's a whoopsie daisy. Okay. NES said he read it that way too. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Jay. Because I honestly was like, whoa, hot take. But anyway, let's get back to it. Josh,
but
continue talking.
Yeah. So one other thing was just that, what's his name? I can't pronounce the guy that we brought in on the tryout. There's a whole bunch of J's in there and L's.
You know who
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But so not a bad signing. Now let's see if he pans out, because I mean, we're trying everything. Pustonen got a point tonight, which is nice. Vinny Henestroza shows flashes. Yeah, he shows flashes.
I mean, there was some messes, but still good. Still good.
And then, I mean, we got Gruden and who's the other guy?
What are you talking about? Angry Brute. We'll talk about that in a second.
Jansen is is his first name. Harkins. Oh. Harkins and Gruden, I feel like they're not. We need to get our guys back. We need Rust, Raquel.
As soon as we get Rust and Raquel and Nieto and Achari, things are going to start moving. People need to realize that we're like, whoa, is this the team? Like, we don't even have our guys yet. When Rust comes back, he always comes back with a vengeance. And Raquel, when he comes back, everyone's going to want to give him the puck to score, to get that monkey off his back. So we got some things to look forward to for sure. Raquel is almost ready to go. He's ready. He's good. Yeah, and I think as soon as he comes back and he plays the way he's going to play, I think there's no indication of him leaving. Now, if he does come back and he does suck, now that's another conversation that Kyle Dubas will be like, do I have to make a decision here? But we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're not hitting the panic button or head on at button for Raquel right now. He's hurt. When he comes back, then we'll make that decision. But as of right now, he ain't going anywhere. Josh, not only was the presser in the news for the Penguins fandom, this week. There was another podcast that sparked some controversy, Josh, this week on Monday. The Steve Dangle Podcast Network. I guess it's just the Steve Dangle Podcast, part of the Steve Dangle Podcast Network. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. But they have stated, they have sources, have heard, and I quote, whispers that Sidney Crosby will not end his career in Pittsburgh. I saw Angry Boot mention it in the chat.
I thought it was clickbait, so I didn't even click on it. I thought it was fake.
They didn't spend a lot of time on it, but they did say Steve Dangle said, I heard whispers that he is open to not ending his career in Pittsburgh. Now, here's where I say that's absolutely false. He's already been on paper, been quoted as he would like to finish his career in Pittsburgh. And he came in and said, I was listening to that podcast today. I think people think Montreal. The only reason why people think Montreal is because he grew up a Canadiens fan.
Yeah.
Okay. The Canadiens aren't good. It's not like what a lot of these guys do is they go to a team and they either ring chase, okay, so they cup chase, or they got kicked out of a sucky team. Here's where I'll say. Crosby doesn't need to do either. All right? Pittsburgh Penguins are not in the state that all of our all right, remember when Martin Brodeur left New Jersey? New Jersey stunk at that time.
Well, he retired. He didn't leave.
No, he went to the Blues.
Oh, shoot.
You forgot about this. I'm comparing Martin Brodeur. So he kind of got kicked out of New Jersey because New Jersey stunk, okay? And there was no future for him there. They basically said they want to rebuild, and he's gonna be an expensive dude. You forgot about that, Josh.
Yeah.
So he played like a season and a half.
Yeah.
In St. Louis.
Martin and then Brodeur faded into the front office.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So that's what people are thinking Sidney Crosby will do with the Montreal Canadiens. But first of all, Penguins don't stink. All right? We can make a few minor adjustments, and we're going to the Cup. So it's not like this team is bad. We are chasing championships. We still have a chance to win. And also Ray Bourque to the Avs. Absolutely. Yeah. I see a bunch of these people. So Crosby has found success in Pittsburgh. Okay. It's not like Martin Brodeur, who's only won one championship. Okay. Yeah. And going, do I want to stay here? And he's been quoted saying he wanted to stay in New Jersey. They just couldn't make it work. You never see players go, oh, I want to go somewhere else. The only time that you could draw a comparison was Jonathan Tavares going, I don't want to play for the Islanders anymore. I want to play for my childhood team. Here's where there's a little bit differences there. He still had a lot more career left. Mm-hmm. Okay. He's still playing. It's been 5 years since he made the move? 6 years? Something around that.
It's been a while.
It's been a hot minute. He wanted to make a move. His contract was up, and he had two choices: sign a big deal with Islanders to be their captain until he retires, or go to a new team. He had to make a choice there. This was his big contract moment. He decided to move on and go to his childhood team. Crosby already had that moment when he signed for $8.7 million in 2012 or whatever for 10 years. And that was a big contract at the time or something like that. Whatever it was for 12 years or something like that. And now his contract ends next year? 2025.
I'll have to double check, but I think it's next year because
next season.
this year is Gensel.
Right.
next
So
year is Crosby.
I think everyone knows what's going to happen. Crosby isn't going to spend his last season or last couple of seasons in a team that doesn't have a chance. And why would he leave? He took a cut and he convinced Malkin to re-sign with the Penguins, not for him to just leave.
That was going to be my argument, is that this would have been a more believable article / source or whatever you want to call it if it was last year, because it was the contract negotiations of Malkin and Letang where Crosby had a huge hand in getting those two back on this team.
100%.
If Crosby was saying, you know what, at the end of my contract, I'm moving on.
So you guys go ahead.
Hey guys, sign 4 or 5 year contracts.
No,
let's
said,
play together.
He literally said, and I'm paraphrasing and I'm assuming, okay? Don't sue me, Sid. I guarantee you he said, guys, let's retire as Penguins.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, let's go out with a bang. Let's try to cup chase. In our own team. Let's cup chase in our own team. Let's make it work. Gino, don't ask for too much money. Letang, don't ask for too much money, because we could go win a cup here. Yeah. And we are actively trying to win a cup with the core. It's been stated by Mike Sullivan. It's been stated by Dubas. Dubas came in and said, we have Sidney Crosby. We believe we can go win a cup.
Another point.
Go ahead.
Dubas probably wouldn't have taken the job, because if there's any of truth to this inkling, this would have been made aware to Kyle Dubas at the time of him interviewing for the job. 100%. And then second, let's say Dubas still takes the job. Dubas wouldn't go out and get Erik Karlsson.
Yeah.
He wouldn't do that.
He wouldn't try to make an effort to get a cup now.
Yeah.
He would build for the future.
Bingo.
And when you build for the future, that's basically telling Crosby, Malkin, and Letang, pack your bags, or don't expect to win here, which is why players leave, because they want to go win one last cup, or they want to go do it. These guys won 3 cups together. Okay? It's not like they're desperate for cups. They've won. Yeah. They've won together. They know they can win again. It's not like these guys are old and washed. They're putting up numbers. Sidney Crosby is still a top 5 statistically player in the NHL. It's not like he's washed. It's not like he's Martin Brodeur who's getting bad. Is he a starter? Is he not a starter? What's going on? Crosby could be a starter, a first-line guy in any 31 team in the NHL. 29, excuse me. There's only 30. It's not football.
No, there's 32.
There's 32. There is?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Kraken made it 32. Vegas made it 31.
That's right. Thank you. Yeah, all 31 teams, okay? All 31. He could be the center and the captain. So I don't want to hear it. Crosby is not leaving Pittsburgh because he has it made here. He has it made. And he knows that. He's a businessman. He's smart. He's like, why would I leave and uproot everything for 3 years max at another team trying to grind and trying to play? He knows he hasn't made here in Pittsburgh. Everyone knows the Sidney Crosby's team. He's the face of the organization. He also understands. He learned from Mario Lemieux. I am not going to speculate. Mario Lemieux was a one-guy team, okay? He was here his whole career. Even after retirement, couldn't win anywhere else. He came back to Pittsburgh, okay? He understood. He brought Crosby under his wing so that he is the next era of the Penguins, and that era is not done yet. I firmly believe we can squeeze maybe 2 cups out of Sid. Maybe.
It all depends.
It all depends. I'm just saying.
It starts this year.
Oh, no, it starts here.
Can we turn it around?
Yeah.
Can we make the playoffs and make a push? I'm not going to go on a rant, but it starts here. It starts here. And this could be the game that we point to.
I agree with that. I love that because
Yeah.
when we were in the valley, right, in the sucky times of the season, we're going to look back and remember, like, dude, do you remember that Arizona game where we absolutely played well with injuries? We knew what we were doing. We rebounded, right?
Yeah.
And I honestly believe that press release helped the Penguins in this game. And I'll tell you why. Everyone was uncertain of the future of the Penguins after the Florida game. Now, they probably were like, no, Sullivan's not going anywhere. But we don't know. The players could genuinely be like, is he getting fired? But for Dubas to stand in front of everyone and say, hey, Sullivan's not going anywhere. The coaching staff's not going anywhere. The team right now,
it's something to celebrate.
It's something to celebrate. Mike Sullivan's not going anywhere, which is good because I do believe he is the coach for the Penguins for the next 10 years, not just the next 3. But he's going to be the head coach. I have full faith in Mike Sullivan. And if there's any roster problems, it's not on Sullivan, it's on me to fix. And I think as soon as that was said, these guys who are coming back into the lineup, Sullivan was like, P.O., you ready to go? You're in. You're in, bud. And I think the team rallied around knowing comfort, knowing that there is peace in the locker room. No one's worried about their jobs. Everyone could go out there and have fun. And look what happened. The first goal was a power play goal, and it looked like a power play goal of old. Not like a sloppy goal that went in last second, similar to our second power play goal, which wasn't sloppy. It was just at the end of it. You're not like, oh my gosh, we barely got that. Yay. It was, what a pass by Sid. What a placement by Gens. That's what a power play should look like.
Yeah.
And I think it firmly felt was like, hey, we can all take a deep breath. We have our jobs. Let's go out there and have fun. And look what happened. They definitely had fun. They definitely played well. And NES comes in and says, Dubas came in, calmed the room, and bam, now the Pens can focus and play. And that's exactly what happened, Josh.
Yeah. NES nailed it right there. I couldn't have said it any better. And you're right. When they came out tonight, they came out like, they were hungry. Like they knew what their job was and what they needed to do. And I don't know. Sorry, I'm still struggling.
You're good.
I don't know if it was the 4 days off or if it was the Christmas party that the wives threw or whatever.
Right.
Or if it was just Dubas. But maybe it was all of it, and it just was all released tonight on the Coyotes, which is great.
Yeah.
A couple of the goals that were let in, we could do without, but whatever. Again, we're not perfect defensively, and we shouldn't expect that.
No.
But I think, these next games are going to be crucial. We don't have long breaks anymore. It's not until I think the holiday break, but we have tomorrow night against the Canadiens, and then we have a game Saturday, and then a game Monday, and it just keeps on rolling. So we may not have another long break like this. So we got to get the points when we can get them.
Now it's the time to crunch. Yeah.
Yeah, because it could flip so easily. We lost to the Rangers. We lost to the Hurricanes. We lost to the Flyers twice. Those are huge points that we needed, that we were not able to get. Now we need to get them against other teams that aren't in our division, like Coyotes, like the Canadiens. Got to get those points now. It is crucial because, unfortunately, that's the name of the game in hockey. You can win as many times as you want.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, you can go into overtime as many times as you want, but if you don't get that win there,
Yeah.
it's useless. So
No,
I don't.
absolutely. It's now this stretch is happening.
Yeah.
Now it's hey, we had our breaks. Now it's time to get into that motion. Get in that motion of a game every other day because guess what? It's coming whether we like it or not. You better get into the zone. And a lot of times, like Josh mentioned earlier, we're going to point back to this game. We answered the call. Hey, this is an important 2 points, right? The Arizona was on fire. They had a couple of weak games. They were looking for this win. They were expecting to come in and play hard against us. They did, but we answered the call. And now it's a back-to-back. Jari answered the call, and you could tell Nedeljkovic is ready to go tomorrow. So I honestly have full faith in that. I think it's going to be a very good game against the Canadians, against the Penguins. We're going to answer the call again, and I guarantee, hey, this is a TPC guarantee. All right? Josh is struggling hard today. Sorry. I just wanted to call you. You were coughing a lot. I guarantee you the Penguins will score another power play goal tomorrow. Like I honestly believe it. We scored 2 today. We scored a shorthanded goal, and then we scored an empty netter. We did not score an even strength goal. In fact, there was no even strength goals scored tonight.
Yeah, that's
none.
a great point.
None. So it
point.
was special teams all day, which is something
Yeah.
that we were lacking of.
That's true.
When we get a full roster not next game, but in the next couple weeks, when we get a full roster and the complete roster, okay, and our special teams are producing, oh, you better look out. Because like Josh said, look back to this game, we're going to be answering the call every night. And I honestly think with our goaltending, with our defensemen, now we have more defensemen to play around with, right? It's not just calling people up from Wilkes-Barre. I think we're going to be looking, we're going to be looking pretty good. And don't forget, Palavalavari, when we got him, we signed him on. Who knows what his role is, right? He could come in and absolutely be an all-star. We don't know. All right? So stay tuned for that. He's probably going to make his debut, tomorrow?
I don't know.
I would.
I don't know what his expectations are. We're away tomorrow, so maybe when we come back home.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is a side note that I was thinking about today watching Crosby play. What is happening right now at 10:26 Eastern time? What's going on the good old ESPN, the worldwide leader? You got Edmonton versus Chicago. You got McDavid versus Bedard. Everyone's saying it's the 2 guys that are going to take over the league.
Yeah.
Crosby didn't look like he was willing to let up that mantle tonight.
Ooh, I see what you're saying.
Did you see some of the plays that he was making? I saw him pass between the legs. I saw him battle up against the boards, one arm while digging.
Oh my gosh, that's an underrated play. Underrated play. He laid out a man with one arm and just his lower body, and then took control of the puck. Now, not only that, Josh, I just want to interrupt real quick. Hockey brain, hockey IQ, real quick. So Sid came behind this guy. The puck was in the corner. Coyote guy, doesn't even name. His name is irrelevant. Was going to get the puck, okay? Now, he faked to go to his left and went to his right to play the puck, okay? Mm-hmm. All players do this. They try to fake off 90% of the time it works. Sid didn't even hesitate. Yeah. Immediately went to the right. And you could say, oh, that's a lucky guess. And I'll tell you why it wasn't. He was already reaching out with his stick with a poke. In fact, he got it, surprised the guy. The guy tried to body Sid to bounce him off. Sid said, I'm a lot stronger than you, kid, and just slammed him. Yeah. One arm while he's doing the poke check, which is what we saw. The hockey IQ. So this is what we always have been saying here on the podcast. Watch what Sid does without the puck. Watch what he does without scoring, without passing. That play right there is something you'll never see Connor McDavid do.
Yeah, and then how about his goal too? Not goal. I shouldn't say goal. I thought it was going to be a goal. He literally was coming 1 against 2 and literally deked out the one, and then
he stopped short. He
stopped
pulled
on
back
a dime,
like he was shooting a 3.
My word!
Oh, I saw that. Oh, and he ripped it, and he didn't get much on it because it just went into the breadbasket. Yeah. But you saw him when the whole arena stopped. Yeah. The whole arena stopped. As soon he stopped short, the guy went flying, and he just ripped it. And he was a little too far to kind of pick a spot, which is why he just kind of chose in the middle. And he, like I said, he didn't really get much on it. But what a play by Sid. Yeah. You're right. Sid is not looking to let go of this mantle anytime soon. He is still playing at the top 5. Connor McDavid isn't putting up the points he did last year. He is not hurt. Something's going on up in Edmonton, but something really cool is happening here in Pittsburgh. Sid is still on fire. I honestly think this season, Sid, statistically, I'm pretty sure, is still better than Connor McDavid as of right now.
Yeah.
Unreal. He is 36 years old, turning 37. You cannot, or did he? Or is he already 37?
He was born in 87.
He's born 87. It's 8/7/87.
Yeah, so next year he'll be 37.
37. Unreal. Yeah. Unreal. Connor McDavid is half his age. Everyone is saying that Connor McDavid is the greatest hockey player of all time, and Sid is outplaying him now.
Yep.
Stop it. Stop the argument. Stop the debate. Let the Connors fight it out in Chicago and in Edmonton. But I'll let you know who's the greatest hockey player of all time. It's Sidney Crosby. So I'll give you all homework for next game, right? Tomorrow's next game. Watch Sidney Crosby without the puck. Okay? Because I guarantee you wherever the puck is, he's around somewhere. Yep. Watch him without the puck. Watch how he puts himself. He positions himself. And I'm not talking about on the ice. Watch how he stands. His feet wide apart, not being able to get moved. Watch how he pokes for the puck. Watch how he's looking out of the corner of his eye to find Karlsson out of nowhere. That wasn't an accidental pass. Karlsson was skating down. Sid went through 4 guys to feed him when Karlsson made a slap shot. The hockey IQ is way higher than you realize with Sid. Watch him tomorrow. And I guarantee he always plays well against Montreal.
Yes.
Watch him play. Guys, that'll do it for this episode. I want to appreciate you, every single one of you guys, for hopping on the chat. Sorry we didn't put up more of the chat today, but you guys were having your own little conversation in there, and I absolutely love it. So keep it up. I really do. I really do appreciate you guys coming on here, talking it up, talking sports, talking about where you live. I absolutely love it. That's what this whole thing is. All right, Jackson, we're not going to get into hot takes. But I agree with you, Jackson. I do. I don't think here's the difference between Sid and Connor real quick. Connor's not staying in Edmonton Oil his whole career. Not at all. Not at all. They said free Connor McDavid his 3rd year in the season. So guess what? He ain't going anywhere. I mean, sorry. He's going somewhere. Sid ain't going anywhere. That's what I'll end on that. But guys, thank you so much for joining this episode of the Penguins Collective. We will be back tomorrow. Against the Montreal Canadiens, 7:00 puck drop. Make sure you're there. We are live tweeting throughout the game on Twitter, Pens Collective, at Pens Collective. That's our username for all platforms. So if you look us up on YouTube, that's our name. If you look us up on Twitch, bingo. If you look up on Twitter, bing, bang, boom. That is our username. So make sure you're with us throughout the game, getting engaged with us. We'll be retweeting, posting all that stuff. And then after the game, 10 minutes after the game, we go live here on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch and talk about the game. If you look us up on OnlyFans NES, you'll see a whole different side of the Pens Collective you've never seen before. Okay? Talk about a man-on-man advantage. You will see that on OnlyFans. Okay? Why'd I say that? Because it's on the internet forever now. It's all right. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Josh is dying right now. All right. Josh is dying right now. That's okay. Will he be here next episode? Who knows? Find out. Come tomorrow. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you in the next one. And Josh, as always,